For Gardner Minshew, he dropped the throw, four-man rush. Fires toward the end zone, once D.D. Chark in the corner of the end zone. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Chark attack. And Jacksonville has extended the lead.
DJ Chark is on fire.
DJ Chark looked awesome. I feel like Nate made that happen. You willed that and manifested it. We've got highlights for you. Gardner Minshew, a guy who once caught a fish with his bare hands. He probably goes to Bass Pro Shops.
He probably does.
Right?
It's a grouper.
It's a grouper.
Fishing Twitter was on us yesterday.
Yeah.
We thought it was a cat. It's a giant grouper. Is apparently
a lot of people corrected you yesterday,
That's right,
right?
yes.
They were correcting me.
Our
It's a
show
grouper.
is presented by Bass Pro Shops. We are here live in New York City. We've got highlights right now. Thursday Night Football Week 3 is underway.
Let's go. Let's get the group together down in Jacksonville. Was it Jalen Ramsey's last game as a Jaguar? He requested a trade. I don't know. But look at this Royal Rumble entrance for the new star. Yeah! That's Gardner Minshew's music. What is he doing here? I'll tell you what he's doing. He's lighting up the Tennessee Titans defense, which is very good after a muff punt early by Adoree Jackson. We're going to James O'Shaughnessy. It sounds like an Irish pub. Bad news for JT O'Sullivans and R.W. McQuarters. O'Shaughnessy's is here, and so is that man, Flint Minshew, who gave us that man, Gardner Minshew, already 7-0. We're feeling it. You got the hot hand. Just go. Just go to D.D. Westbrook over 2 defenders, one of them a Super Bowl hero. Peter, what do you got?
Tonight on NFL Network, it is a Gardner Minshew football life.
Is that true?
Yes,
They already did it?
They've already produced it, yeah.
I heard that after he went home last night, David Baker knocked on his door with a golden jacket. Incredible. And he had one for DJ Chark, too. Guys, Jacksonville putting on a show. What's up, Flint? Oh, my gosh, that T-shirt.
That visor.
Unbelievable. The visor, the extra medium T-shirt. And the Jaguars defense. Calais, what do you got to say, big man?
Jacksonville's back, baby. Jacksonville's back. Let them know. You're hard to hear.
Jacksonville, what was it, Kate? Is Backsonville?
That's what NFL.com says. Shout out.
Back on Tracksonville. And you know who's on his back? Marcus Mariota was on his back. Calais Campbell had 3.
Wow.
The Jaguars, not making this up, had 9 sacks. 9. And the Titans had 0. I think the Titans might be missing Taylor Lewan a little bit. They could really use him back. We got Calais Campbell doing fungo celebrations. We got hugs on the sideline, and Vrabel is pissed. He lost the Mustache Bowl last night. Sorry, Mike, we love you. But look at this. Most team sacks in a game. All right, the Colts 2 years ago, the Texans 2 years ago with 10. The Falcons going back to 1999. They really brought it. But you know who we want to hear from right now?
Vrabel.
Maybe Vrabel. I think Vrabel's got very little to say. Nate, why don't you say what up to Calais?
Hey, Calais, what's going on, man? I know that you eat quarterbacks like you eat cookie.
Calais, you said to me this week, this win would be huge for us. With everything that's gone on with this team for the past 2 weeks, how badly did this group need this?
Oh, this is a must-win. You know, division game at home, down 0-2, you know. I mean, really, you know, I was just playing ball out there, having fun. Just being a big little kid, you know. I can't even tell you what I was doing to win. I was just having fun.
Yeah, defense looked great. Offense looked good. And, you know, we've got some Minshew mania going on. Fabulous.
Ooh-wee.
Oh, that's awesome. That's great.
With the mustache.
I did not know.
Gardner crushed it. Saxonville crushed it. We talked about the Titans and which version we would get a lot over the week. Will the real Titans please stand up was the question. Which side of the ball was more impressive for you guys? The offense for the Jags or the D?
I'll go with the fan base. Let's just think about this for a
Never
second.
changed, Nate.
Hold on,
Oh, man.
A or B, I'll take C.
Okay.
Listen, we can talk offense, defense, X
We're
and O's,
listening.
but as I'm watching the game, I couldn't help but to think about, one, the weather, because it's apparent that there's a storm brewing, right?
Sure.
And then I started thinking about the storm that was brewing for this team over the summer. Yannick Ngakoue holding out of camp, right? A.J. Bouye hurt, Marquise Lee, Cam Robinson, all in the preseason. Nick Foles, broken collarbone week 1. And then all of a sudden, Jalen Ramsey says, nah, I don't want to be on this team. I want to trade. They show up for this game. And with the weather, the hype of the Titans, them having a good week 1 outing up against the Browns, it would be easy for the fans not to show up or show up and not care.
Or not get in the pool.
Or not get in the pool.
And they all did.
Yeah.
They did all of it.
Yeah.
And I was sitting there, just a guy that played for teams that didn't have the hype, a guy who played for teams that, quite frankly, the NFL looked over. I remember walking into Detroit, and our team wasn't the best team in the league, and staring into the crowd, and they were still there. That's what it reminded me of. As I'm sitting back on my couch, I'm like, you know what? let me give you a round of applause, Jacksonville Jaguars fans, because they showed up and their energy was felt by their team.
Okay.
And the team reciprocated that. So, Jacksonville Jag fans, I see you out there. Hell of a job last night.
Sounds like you're apologizing to the fans for the product on the field. It feels like that was not exactly Rams versus Chiefs. And to be honest, there was a lot of officiating calls. There was holding all over the place. But don't hold that against the Jaguars defense. That was as dominant a performance I've seen this Jaguars defense play in 2 seasons. They kept Tennessee in a box, and Marcus Mariota did not look comfortable the entire game. The Titans offense faced 3rd and 5 15 times. 3rd and 5 or more, 15 times. They faced 3rd and 23 times. Again, Scott Hockley's name was mentioned more than anyone else. He's the official. The holding is out of control. And you heard the stat from Mike Pereira. It's up 64%.
Wow.
That said, you could not stop this Jaguars defense last night. It wasn't a pretty game, and that's how the Jaguars are going to win. So, yes, the fans, you could say that they were all there back. This is the football that they want. They want it ugly, they want it muddy, they want it in the rain, and they want Calais Campbell giving the post-game interview and putting a mustache on because it means that the defense did what the defense is supposed to do. So many first-round picks, whether it's Taven Bryan or Josh Allen, or in that case, Calais Campbell, a third-round pick who is a high acquisition. This defense is for real.
No doubt.
And if they keep on calling holding on every play, it's only going to help them.
The defense is for real. We've seen Jacksonville defenses crack skulls before. They've been great. This quarterback is the thing. Gardner Minshew, this was the game where you rip off the dumb mustache and the headband and the whole party ends. You know, it's like when the Chuck Norris facts weren't funny anymore, the party ended really fast. My Aunt Patty was pasting them as Facebook statuses, and I knew it wasn't funny. This, against this Titans secondary, which is great. Ball hawks all over, destroyed the Browns. Odell, Baker. This was supposed to be the end of the party. Fun little flash in the pan in the NFL's 100th season, Gardner Minshew. No, he's not going anywhere. Kay mentioned it. The joke last night is that Nick Foles is going to go and get himself Nick Foles. Yep. Watch out. He has it. I'm not saying he's going to have 500 yards every week or even 300. He has it. They can win with him. And I think watching that quarterback and watching that party, I think it would do the Jaguars a lot of service not to trade their best player.
I was talking to Chris Long, former Eagle. He obviously rallied behind Nick Foles. I was talking to him a little bit yesterday and just how much that team in that city came behind him. So there's no better person than Nick Foles to understand and provide that for a guy like Gardner Minshew, what it takes to give him that confidence. And that confidence is something that is unbelievable. You're telling me that he's not outplaying Blake Bortles out there and what he did with the Jacksonville Jags when they made their run in the playoffs? I mean, this team is awesome. And if you look at the Colts, can they lose to the Falcons this weekend? Yes. Can the Texans lose to the Chargers? Yes. Then we're looking at a 4-way 1-2 tie
wide open
in this division. It's not pretty. Yep. It's messy and muddy and rainy in that division, but it is what it is. Let's look at Twitter. We put up a poll asking what you think was more impressive, the Jags offense or defense. What a great morning for Jacksonville. An embarrassment of riches in Duval. Defense impressive. Yeah, Saxonville looks like it's coming back. That 27 magic being recaptured. Boye and Ramsey, of course, doing their thing, 2 top 10 corners in the NFL. And earlier this week, Jalen Ramsey did request a trade. He had a confrontation with his head coach, Doug Marrone, on the sideline during week 2, and he addressed the media in the locker room last night.
I don't want to answer any questions about trades or anything like that either. I mean, I've said what I had to say about that for now. This defense has always been elite. The guys on this defense are elite. We see what the D-line did today. Today was their day. Today they turned up, had however many sacks they had. I'm talking about everybody got a piece of it. So I was excited to see them guys have a huge game and get a good, and we got a good win today.
Rookie Josh Allen with 2 sacks. Everybody was sacking Mariota last night on Thursday Night Football. Ian Rappaport is here with us this morning. Jalen Ramsey doesn't want to talk about the situation, but let's get the latest from you. What can you tell us about what's going on with him and his team?
Yeah, we can talk about it. We've been talking about it all week, Kay, and we're going to continue to talk about it today because what I was told is that General Manager Dave Caldwell told interested teams in Jalen Ramsey they wanted to get through the game, they wanted to win the game. Ramsey was going to play, and he played very well. And then they would reassess the situation on Friday. That is now today. So we will find out whether or not Jalen Ramsey gets traded. And there's a couple things we need to know. First of all, the Jaguars are not going to give him away. They are going to make sure if they're going to trade one of their best players, their best player, clearly, that they're going to get a big haul for him. It is also worth noting this is not about Marrone. I know he had the confrontation with Marrone. He talked about that before. It was a question of whether or not Marrone would throw the challenge flag. This is not about Marrone. It is about management, Tom Coughlin, and others. That is a situation. It doesn't seem like it could be handled and fixed, but it's a long day. We simply don't know. Also worth discussing that Shad Khan, the owner, loves Ramsey and I'm told would pay him now. All of these factors go into the Jaguars' decision whether or not to trade him today.
Well, we'll see if he does pay him now. I think that's probably what it's about when there's a Brinks truck involved and he wants to get paid like other guys in his draft class. Well, one thing we do know for sure, Ian, is that he's completely bought in on this team, at least as far as last night under the bright lights as a Jacksonville Jaguar. Ian will join us all throughout the morning here on Good Morning Football. Back here, do you guys think we've seen the last of Jalen in a Jags jersey?
Don't know. Just really, really hope not. Don't be the guy who leaves the party just as it's picking up. That's a classic mistake. This thing could work, and I mean that. I'm talking about, I think Gardner Minshew factors big into Jalen Ramsey because Jalen Ramsey said, I want to win. I want to win. I hate losing. Don't leave just as they're about to rip off a winning streak. We've seen it a million times. Guys who are afterthoughts in the draft who come in and just have it, as recently as Dak Prescott. If Gardner Minshew can play, and this defense is here, imagine if they trade Jalen and they win 6 of the next 7 games and Jalen's some team making a whole bunch of money. If Shad Khan thinks he can be the highest paid corner in the league, make him that. I think he can be the greatest Jaguar in the history of the franchise. Don't leave just as it's getting good. I hope he stays.
If he's saying that Marone's not the issue, the owner loves him, Dave Caldwell doesn't want to trade him.
Yeah, what's
if Tom Coughlin, I love Tom Coughlin, but at this point, Jalen Ramsey's really important. If it's a Tom Coughlin, Jalen Ramsey thing, get him in a room and tell Tom Coughlin, you're the senior VP of whatever, Jalen Ramsey's our best player. Let's make this work. I wouldn't want to see that relationship be the reason why Jalen Ramsey has to leave. He's one of the best corners in football. Makes no sense. If the coach likes him and the owner likes him, figure it out.
100%. And don't leave the party when you're hungry. You know, you can sit back and just wait. Be patient. You might go somewhere else and eat, but it's not going to be the same type of party, atmosphere. So some bridges are burned and some bridges can be burned and rebuilt. I feel like this one can be rebuilt.
And where are you going that you're bringing A.J. Boye with you? Because the two of them together is what makes this defense so special. Are you excited about our next guest?
Oh, my gosh. Let's go. He's going to run right through the camera. Mark Ingram's coming on the show. Yes. The Raging Raven Heisman Trophy winner, Angry Run winner, is joining us next in front of the biggest game of the weekend, Ravens-Chiefs.
The Cowboys adding a huge piece to their defense this weekend. We'll break it all down and all the matchups to get you guys set for Sunday.
Nate, I'm here for your damn